So, I've been playing the Modern Warfare 3 demo. I've been playing the Modern Warfare 3 beta for a little bit. Weekend 2 just started, and I can honestly say that as of now, it definitely feels better than last year's Modern Warfare 2. The OG Modern Warfare 2 maps are a breath of fresh air, although I gotta say, playing Rust on this game with this skill-based matchmaking is kinda crazy, but we'll get to that later. As I said in my previous video, the movement feels a lot better honestly. You have more control and a better skill set to your disposal, slide cancelling is back, you can still jump shot, but bunny hopping is still kinda useless like last year, which I kinda like, not gonna lie. Dolphin dives, strafing is much faster, vaulting is faster, and just the whole pace of the game feels slightly increased. We're gonna talk about the good and the bad from a casual point of view, which is arguably the most important in my opinion, since 99% of the player base is a casual, whether you like it or not. Now don't get it twisted, I've been playing Call of Duty since COD 4, so I have experienced the golden days of Call of Duty, but unfortunately, since the introduction of the ridiculous skill-based matchmaking in Modern Warfare 2019, I haven't really played this franchise all that much, simply because with this skill-based matchmaking, it's just draining too much energy out of me, but we'll get to that like I said. First, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I know a lot of you watch my videos regularly, but haven't yet subscribed, so if you want to, that would mean a lot. I want to start out with the bad things first, or the things I would like to see improved for the final release of the game, even though I suspect that most things on this list won't be changed that much, if at all. Now, one of the things I dislike the most in sequels is the fact that it sometimes looks very similar or even just flat out the same as the previous game. Now, not always of course, Modern Warfare 2019 and Black Ops Cold War look, feel and play very different. Now you may say Black Ops Cold War is not a direct sequel, but last year's Modern Warfare 2 is a direct sequel to Modern Warfare 2019 and they also are pretty different. Now this year's Modern Warfare 3 and last year's Modern Warfare 2 look very similar. On the one hand, it is to be expected, but on the other hand, it really creates that DLC feeling. A lot of people are calling this game a Modern Warfare 2 DLC. You know, things like the animations, graphics, even the stupid UI is very similar, though that might actually change for the final build, we'll see. So my biggest issue with the game itself as of now is that it feels like I'm playing a tweaked version of last year's Modern Warfare 2 with, you know, some new maps, some new guns. The maps are good though, obviously. One thing they already changed in Weekend 2 is the name tag visibility. In Weekend 1, it was very hard to determine if a player was an enemy or not. You know, with a fast-paced game like this, you want to be able to tell in an instant whether or not a character is an enemy or a friendly player. And in Weekend 1, I confused my teammates to be the enemy pretty often. Now it's a little bit better, but it could still use some work. Hitreg is another thing. There is one specific weapon in this game, I forgot the name of it, but every now and again, whenever I use it to shoot an enemy, the bullets just straight up don't connect. It flies right through the enemy. Check out this clip from a previous video. This is probably a simple bug that will be squashed in the final build of the game, but still pretty annoying. Now, speaking of guns and their names, this is a personal pet peeve of mine. What is it with modern FPS games and giving stupid fictional names to existing weapons that most of us played with in other games for many years? Like in Modern Warfare 2019, the AK was simply called the AK-47, and in last year's Modern Warfare 2, and I suspect something similar with Modern Warfare 3, it was called the Cast-Off or something like that. They stopped using the official names of guns, and for some reason it really pisses me off. Someone in my comment section in my previous video told me it's because of a law in California. Other people are saying it's because of licensing issues. Others are saying it's because of some lawsuit in the United States. I don't know. All I know is that it's really annoying. Now, going back to some gameplay related issues that I have with the game. Footstep audio is kinda weird in my opinion. Very often I think I can distinctively hear enemy footsteps, but then it turns out those are just friendly footsteps. So they sound very similar, you know, friendly and enemy footstep sound effects, and the friendly footstep audio is definitely too loud, so it needs some tweaking in my opinion. Also, that Guardian killstreak reward, please get rid of that thing. It's so incredibly annoying. It's obviously made for area denial purposes, but the sound it makes and the amount of health that it has, which has been reduced in Weekend 2 admittedly, but overall it's just too annoying for me. Why not instead have some sort of barbed wire that you can lay on the ground like in Rainbow Six Siege? That way you can still have the same area denial effects like the Guardian minus all the annoying BS. but this one is obviously one of those things that will obviously remain in the game, so I don't know why I'm even talking about this. I also think the spawns are kind of weird, but then again, it is Call of Duty, so maybe it's just me. Weapon balance is also a bit strange. Because of the increased health that you have in Modern Warfare 3, you usually have to land at least one extra bullet to kill, especially for longer ranges. Now, don't get me wrong, I like the increased TTK, but sometimes it feels a little bit inconsistent, and I think that's a weapon balance issue. Now, I know a lot of people are happy with the return of the classic minimap, where you appear on the enemy's minimap when firing an unsuppressed weapon. It's definitely better than in Modern Warfare 2, but I still feel like the minimap could use an overhaul. I said the same for Battlefield. I think in regards to enemy positioning indication, they should do something similar to Star Wars Battlefront or Days Gone, an indicator based on range and general direction, which is in my opinion a great alternative to having pinpoint accurate location indicators like we have now with the classic minimap, or not at all like in last year's Modern Warfare 2. That way you can also play with different values for different suppressors and stuff like that. Let me know what you think down below. I will say this for every Call of Duty and every Battlefield game from now on until they have it. Let's see, what else? Maybe some smaller things like the fact that most of the inspect animations are extremely boring. Not like the newer guns of Modern Warfare 2, those have some incredible looking animations, and I know it's difficult to do, but I would love something more than a basic magazine check. For example, the shotgun does have a cool looking inspect animation, so they can do it obviously. What else? The fly-in spawn camera is stupid, but I'm pretty sure they already removed it for most game modes. And that's about it for the things I dislike about the game so far. Oh, obviously, skill-based matchmaking. They turned it up to 11 again for this beta. It's not going anywhere and it sucks, and because of it, I will not play multiplayer all that much, to be honest. I had the same issue back in Modern Warfare 2019. If that game didn't have skill-based matchmaking, it would have probably been one of my most played games ever on the PlayStation. Like ever. I really liked that game, despite a couple of issues I had with it, but skill-based matchmaking just ruins the whole experience for me. And what's even worse is that some YouTubers know a way to bypass this skill-based matchmaking and get crazy games to make fun videos. And I don't know how to do that, and they lie about it or are not truthful about it, etc, etc. I just hate it. Now, to finish this video off, I quickly want to go over the things I actually really liked about Modern Warfare 3 so far. Like I said at the beginning, the OG maps are a welcomed addition, and I'm interested to see the rest of the maps. The longer TTK feels much better than last year's Modern Warfare 2, the faster movement and stuff feels very good, the sound design, funny enough, is actually pretty good, especially for the fact that it's made by Sledgehammer Games, which, let's be honest, the last two games, Vanguard and World War II, sounded terrible. Like, actually disgusting. But most of the gun sounds and the sound effects are actually pretty good. Not much complaints from me in that department. The gunplay itself feels much better. There's less visual recoil and visual clutter when shooting a weapon like smoke and stuff. Map voting is back, which is cool, but the lobbies are still disbanding if I'm not mistaken, which is weird, but that has everything to do with skill-based matchmaking obviously. I like some of the new gadgets like the drone grenade, I think that's pretty cool. Some of the new perks are pretty dope. I haven't really dove deep into the creator class system or the gunsmith, but that's pretty much the same for the most part if I'm not mistaken. And of course I am excited to play the Modern Warfare 3 campaign and see what they cooked. Let me know down below your thoughts on this beta and the game overall. It's pretty much a demo at this point, so don't expect too many changes with the final release of the game. Drop a like if you agreed with most of my feedback, and of course subscribe to the channel. I have a couple of exciting things coming up very soon, so stay tuned for that. And with that being said, I see you guys next time.